All right, so let's take a look at this poll that I posted.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's readable.
I just realized
Maybe he can zoom in on it a little bit.
I
Is
can,
that
yeah.
possible?
But I just realized that everyone can see what I voted on the poll.
Well, that's interesting. I'm curious to know why you voted no.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is based on a conversation we had on Wednesday where a caller said was concerned about social media and its effect on us. And I said, well, I don't think we'll have to worry about that for too much longer. And then I decided to like really double and triple down on it and just say like, oh, the internet is going to go out. We should all prepare for it. And so I thought I'd see what the people thought if they wanted to go out or not. And a couple interesting things you'll see about these numbers before we all talk about how we voted is that it's an even split, 50-50 between yes and no. But the yes is far more enthusiastic because the emphatic yes gets 35 compared to 15 for emphatic no, whereas non-committal no or reluctant no gets 33 as compared to non-committal reluctant yes 16. I don't know what to make of that, but that's interesting, isn't it?
It could be mistaken interpretation on the readers or the voters' part, where they thought the ellipsis before the no meant like when you get a text that just says K.
Very passive aggressive.
Yeah.
So it was like a passive aggressive, like no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine.
True.
I think people are more excited to destroy the internet than they are to keep it around, which means the people who want to destroy it are going to win.
Well, I'll have you guys know that this is my first seeing this poll, and I just retweeted it. I voted and retweeted. So there's still 4 minutes left for the poll. So maybe we might have some changing numbers if my followers jump in on it.
Yeah.
Probably won't change dramatically, but
I gotta think about that. Like when you say the internet, do you mean every possible internet or the one we have now? Because I feel like there could be like a better version of it that we could build as communists, maybe, for just like cute animal pictures or something.
Oh, don't do that because the poll's over.
Oh, it's not over.
It's over in like 20 minutes or something.
It's over in.
I guess you can do it.
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to get more.
Like
I guess you can still do it for the last
days
7.
in Twitter time.
Yeah. Like 7 minutes to vote. 7 minutes to vote. Yeah.
Like, what if we could just take the
discouraging
good part?
You cost you a minute. Sorry.
Did we do it from the Antifada account? Did you do it?
Yeah, I retweeted it.
All right, okay. That's the big one.
I'm gonna do it. Should I do it too?
Yeah, do it. Actually, yours is the big one. Even the Antifada account pales in comparison to your followers.
Oh my God, stop it.
Let's get it going.
So
I feel silly with 7 minutes left, but I probably will get some votes.
Why don't you say like discussing this live, 5 minutes to vote. Check out the results on the stream. That's that real promotion.
I'm not typing all that.
That's fine.
That's what I was gonna type. Yeah.
So
you can still do
the
it.
reason why I gave different options for yes and no is because if you think about the consequences of the internet immediately going away forever, probably it will immediately kill some people. I don't know how or why, but probably it will. It's going to cause some immense chaos in the short term, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. Who knows what will happen? Now, that's true of any kind of uprising or insurrectionary events.
Mm-hmm.
I will be in a cold sweat from withdrawal because I am
I'm going to be
addicted
freaking out
to it. But like,
it's going to be like when you drag the people in the cave in Plato's cave up to the sun and they're like, what the fuck? What is all this? Yeah, like
it's too bright. It's too bright.
Pull me back. Jeez, man.
Now, without the internet, can I still receive like large sum ACHs from the Democratic Party? Because that's what I'm worried about.
What's
Or-
ACHs?
They're like fancy wire transfers.
I mean, I need to find some other way to get paid by the DNC.
Like,
if the
no,
internet
right?
goes down.
Yeah,
You
this
couldn't
means
Yeah,
apply
no,
for
there's not going to be
jobs?
any money anymore. I don't think money is going to come
No
back
money
if the
in
internet
this?
goes away.
Fuck. Didn't even
If-
think about that.
I've thought about this because we were talking about it in the park yesterday, and I'm pretty sure if the internet were to go away, like en masse, if there was like an EMP blast, something that blew out all the computers, there would not be able to be money. There's not nearly enough money in circulation for there to be any sort of and no way to like redistribute it based on what people had before the internet went out to make like the rational economy work again. I think it would be like certainly be pure chaos, and I think that all of the debts, all the liabilities, and certainly like all of the assets owned in the cyber sphere would simply not exist anymore, because you have to go onto a computer and you'd have to be like, this is what I had before the money went out, and then people would be like, what?
Oh man.
Prove it. You can't prove it.
It would be like the last scene of Fight Club, only without violence. So better, definitely better.
there would definitely be violence.
There would be violence
But
fast.
the turning off of the internet wouldn't be done through violence, unless you have to like shoot. We gotta like shoot our way into Al Gore's house to where he keeps the off button, or something.
Well, that's part of what makes it interesting. Is in this scenario, there's a button that you press, but in reality, or like even if there is the button, no one's gonna know what happens, and no one's gonna know what happened possibly forever. So like, just the nature of authoritative information is just gonna go away. Like, there's not going to be a New York Times the next day, because that's all internet. Like, there's not going to be any newspapers. You're just going to hear rumors. Like, someone's going to say, like, I was just in Manhattan. I was just in Jersey. And, like, this is what's going on over there. There's no internet there either, No one's even going to know that, like, it's not just a neighborhood thing for a little while. And then when you find out it's the whole world and it's the whole internet,
this is some real.
then
like,
people are going to realize, like, I don't have a job anymore,
Right.
Fuck. Oh, this is some real tantalizing speculative fiction here. I feel like this needs to be a book or something, Andy.
Well, stay tuned for my April newsletter.
Ooh.
It's incredible to think about this, as I am wont to do historically, because this entire infrastructure that we have, not just the money, but including like the dissemination of information. Like, it's true. I think the New York Times and the Washington Post would there's no meaningful way to transmit the same information that we transmit right now on the internet physically. It would take like years to build the ability to get like information spread again back and forth in the way that it was before. And so only in the last 25, 30 years has like an entire way of life, like communication by analog, been replaced by this. And even though that doesn't sound like that long ago, and it isn't, it's so imbricated in all of our lives that it's incredible to think what would happen if it was gone.
I mean, we are some of the last people, guys, who remember life before the internet.
It's true.
Yeah.
Ever think about that?
The last generation.
I had a dial-up phone when I was a kid, like a phone where you dial the thing. Didn't even have buttons.
Rotary
phone.
Nice. I'm thinking about it was like a month or two ago, maybe a little more. AWS East went down at like their servers, and so a bunch of people's like vacuum cleaners and shit just stopped working because they're all connected to the internet.
Yeah, because there was like that hack, that heartworm hack of the Internet of Things.
Yeah,
there's so much stuff.
You were being DDoSed.
Forgot about
by,
that.
Your Twitch stick or whatever.
Yeah.
Your Amazon stick.
There's so much stuff that's unnecessarily wired. Like, why does a refrigerator need to be on Bluetooth? It's fucking ridiculous. Why does
it's
I
ridiculous.
mean the dumbest one that I ever encountered was a key. Like the one of the oldest, still very useful technologies, not in need of being disrupted. An Airbnb I stayed at in Hudson, it was an old building, but they had decided to update only the locks. So you had to use an app in your phone to open it. And like I was just like I was high as fuck.
Ugh.
My phone was dying.
Yeah.
Like I ended up having
Awful.
to sneak in through the back. Luckily the back door was open because I could not figure out how to work this fucking
Of course you would. Why would your phone not die? That's
like,
so
why
stupid.
do you think I go upstate to begin with? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't go upstate to charge my phone, people.
So we all agree that if the internet were to go out, it would be like a decisive blow against not just capital, but also like the entirety of our social lives. So I guess the question is, I think we all know that
people
wouldn't just
like
be
the danger.
communism.
Well, here's the thing: is when there is some kind of crisis or catastrophe that happens all at once, typically you would say, well, since people haven't like ideologically changed or materially changed or whatever, they're just going to rebuild capitalism again. And normally I would agree with that.
Mhm.
But in this instance, capitalism pretty much is gone because the internet is so central to capitalism that people can try to start doing capitalism again, but they'll have to do it like really small, and people will be like, why are you doing that? Like we have all the machines to like everyone wants to keep working and like distributing food and making stuff and shit, but we just don't have any like pay infrastructure,
Right.
Oh, that's
It would
so
just be this-
good.
yeah.
That's like, no, you could call the liberals on their bluff. Like when Obama was like, well, look, if I had to do it over again, I'd do single payer healthcare, but this is what we have. So fucking deal with it,
Right.
boys.
It would
Like,
be the Great Reset, but the
oh my
other
God.
way, because the Great Reset's supposed to be like everything's internet now and everything's Uber. Like you get an Uber app when you're born, but this would just be the opposite. It would be like literally the Great Reset, but when you reset it, it doesn't come back on.
Are you saying we could create the irreversible?
Guys,
Yeah.
I just did some simple Google research. Do you know how many in physical currency in specie? Do you know how many American dollars are in circulation physically right now?
12.
More than that.
Okay.
Well, you're close. It's
69.
$1.2 trillion of money is like in any one time is floating around physically in the economy. And that sounds like a lot. 1.2 trillion is a lot. The GDP of the United States, not to mention the amount of economic activity that's denominated in American currency, but just the gross domestic product of the United States, it's a bit more than 1.2 trillion. It's 21.43 trillion. You would basically, if you went back to physical dollars, there would be like an absolutely insane inflation, and I don't think there's a way to like match that like factor of 20 to the dollar itself. It would be insane.
Yeah, nobody would believe,
because also
no one has cash on hand.
Yeah, where the currency actually is in people's hands compared to where that $21.43 trillion is a huge mismatch because most of that's capital, but the money's still in money, and we have it all in our pockets. It would be like a great leveling if they wanted to keep the dollar.
Oh, this is so exciting. Yeah, we have a good comment in the chat. So we could fix society by turning it off and turning it back on again. Yes, pretty much.
Give it a
Try
reboot.
like blowing into it a
No,
little
not
bit.
turning it back on. Just off. The emergency brake. Pull the emergency brake.
Oh, it's not so good. Well, you got to watch out though, because now we told them our plan, and they're gonna add extra guards outside of Al Gore's house where they keep the off button. They're gonna add extra fences and guards, and dogs with bees in their mouths and stuff.
Wouldn't it be incredible to see the look?
Let's wrap up this chat because we gotta show the movie, and Megan will actually be joining us at 8:30 after the film.
Okay.
So we can still finish this chat, but just get the movie ready to go.
I've got it up and ready.
Great.
You want to do Am I Wrong? And then I'll head out.
Oh, that's right. I got to do Am I Wrong?
Am I Wrong? Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that with Megan.
Okay, I'm gonna head out then, but I'll be back
Okay.
next week.
Thanks for
Okay,
joining us, Courtney.
Thank you for
Pleasure as
having me.
always.
Bye, Courtney. Bye, guys.
Should I?
Paul, why did you vote no? Emphatic no.
The internet has brought us like so many things that are like prefigurative of communism, in my opinion. Like you can get anything like digitally, that you want. You can get any media. There's like digital media is.
Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do we need media?
Okay, are you in communism, are you going to like limit our needs to strictly like food, etc.? Or
no, you go down to the community center and see like a bluegrass band. No internet necessary.
What about during a pandemic?
Andy envisions communism to be like a long folk punk festival.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Will it not?
Don't say that.
Will it not be?
No, it won't.
It's just a fucking ogle jamming out on some tunes forever. No, I fucked that up. I say it wrong.
In fact, no folk punk in communism.
God.
I did say bluegrass. But it doesn't.
We know what you meant.
Bluegrass is way better. Way better.
Oh my God. There's some really good folk punk jokes that my ex-boyfriend used to tell, but I've forgotten all of them now, so I'm sorry. I will text him and tell them on the next stream.
That it fails to be both folk and punk.
Well,
there's
we'll be talking about folk punk utopia a lot in the coming weeks, I think.
I would say
or dystopia, depending who you are and your POV.
I would say that the question that arises, since we know what the consequences of destroying the internet would be, and I think they'd be overwhelmingly good after a period of transition. The question that a rationally planned society of free producers associating, the question would be, do we bring an internet back? And under what conditions and what sort of limits will we put upon that internet?
A communist internet only for cute animal pictures.
That's
there,
it.
I solved it. And sharing pictures with your mom, I guess, if you've got like kids. But you know what? You won't even need to do that because guess what? You're going to live a lot closer to your mom in the future.
And when we abolish the family, your mom's going bye-bye. She'll just be a woman.
Yeah,
you were the one saying that in the Angry Workers book, they're talking about a communist internet, right?